Hey everybody, it's Mike Rondo in the Shed of Solitude, and it's been a while since I've done a video. Today, this isn't really a review. I did a review on this on Cringle Flake back in 2021. I just checked. I didn't watch the video. I'm not sure if I liked it. I think I did. But again, I'm going to let you know if it's good or not, but this is more of a fireside chat, a Christmas fireside chat, which I don't know is going to appeal to everyone, so if you don't want to listen to me ramble for a little while, because this might be a long one, feel free to check out other videos. I do have another one. I might film this after I do this video. Is Santa's Bag from Watch City. I think my daughter called this, the smell of this, snickerdoodles and something else, the way this smells. I can't remember what it was, but in any case, speaking of my daughter, I'm just curious if you guys like I don't know if you can see the little logo there, the Social Distortion Christmas cardigan that I have, the little SD that's right there. My daughter and my wife tend to pick on me for having this, but I think this is like the most comfortable sweater I've ever had. This is actually my smoking jacket in the shed. I think, I've been looking for a smoking jacket per se, and this is the only thing that I really liked. I do have my sweatshirts that you've all seen me wear, but, that kind of gets a little bit boring. So I wanted to kind of, I'm older now. I'm 47, so I'm allowed to have a Christmas cardigan, sweater, smoking jacket thing. And to be honest, I've been wearing this around the house more than I should because this is so freaking comfortable. I might, if they had another color, I probably would get another one. And my biggest thing is I don't have any thumb loops, which would be really awesome, and there's no pockets on this, which otherwise would have made this perfect. This is really comfortable. I absolutely love having this. So if you can get a cardigan, especially Social Distortion, this one's great. This is my favorite band for you people who don't know. Social Distortion is my favorite band, and I just had to have this. So in any case, we're talking Cringle Flake a little, but we're going to talk a little bit about Christmas. Now, I'm smoking in Bing's favorite, which I haven't used this pipe, I want to say since last Christmas, but it might have been a few times in March, maybe early spring that I did this, where I had this. So I don't know. It's an interesting, it's a great pipe. I like it, but the problem is it's a filtered pipe. So there's like a 6mm filter in here, and I'm not getting a good draw. It seems like it's more of an effort than it should be. Gosh, my light is struggling a bit because of the cold. I've had to warm the shed up. It's actually warm out. It's 50-something outside, but in the shed, it's still got that morning chill in here. So I'm trying to warm it up a bit and turn off the heat soon. I really don't need the heat because this sweater is doing its job. Now, I would have done a video last weekend, but some of you might have saw my posts where I posted a few pictures of the Army-Navy game that I went to with my father, which is a great experience, and you should try it sometime with your father or your son or, anyone. It was just an awesome experience, and the reason we went is because my grandfather, had initially gone, when he was in World War II, I believe he went to the Army-Navy game, and I think it was in California at the time. I could be wrong. I'd have to look this up. I think he went to the Rose Bowl, but I think he went to an Army-Navy game, and they were playing it out west, I think. I could be wrong on that. Either way, he was at the Army-Navy game with his Army buddies, Uncle Walter, as we affectionately called him, even though he wasn't our uncle, and then there was Gary Palumbo, another Army buddy of his, and they went to that game. So my father and I've always liked the Army-Navy game. I've always watched it as like their Super Bowl. And it's just, the atmosphere is just unbelievable. And it was cool to see. And it's funny because my father was a Marine, or is a Marine still. You're always a Marine. And he was rooting for Army because his father was in the Army, my grandfather. I was rooting for Navy. I typically root for Navy because my father was a Marine in their Department of the Marines. I mean, of the Navy. So I tend to go for Navy, but, and of course we're on the Army side, so that made things a little awkward, but it was fun. It got cold. We were up in the nosebleed section, which worked out in the end because we got to see the jets fly over, and then we got to see the Apaches, the longbow, which was awesome to see. That was like my highlight. But, everything that was going on, the atmosphere was great. It was fun. Highly recommend you do that. I've heard from a few of the state police that I know in Rhode Island that were there covering the game for protection and whatnot, that they were talking about coming back in 2028, because I know it moves next year. It goes to D.C., then it goes to New York, and I think it goes back to Philly where they typically play, but then I think they should go on the road with it. It's a game that everyone should experience at least once in their lifetime. It was awesome. I probably wouldn't go back if they came back. Highly unlikely, but you never say never, right? Who knows? But that was fun. Really enjoyed that. And of course, it's funny because as a Dolphins fan, I was at the last game I was at Gillette, was either the dropkick punt game with Doug Flutie, which was on New Year's of 2027, I think, or I went later on with my buddy Frank from work. We went to a Ravens game, Patriots game, and we just sat in the rain, and it was a miserable experience. And the train broke down because we took the train. It was just awful, and I swore I would never step foot in the enemy's stadium again, but then there I was. So, in any case, it was an adventure. And hopefully my mic's not in a bad spot. I lowered it a little bit so you don't get my nasally voice, and hopefully that doesn't cause a problem, so I'm not too loud. And hopefully I'm not clipping like I was a while back when I had to get a new microphone. So hopefully everything's good on the mic end of things. Now, the reason I wanted to discuss this, I have a Fireside Chat with you guys. It's Christmas related, so it fits. And it's not depressing, it's not sad, although some of you might take it that way. But it's with the holidays. See, when I was a kid, Christmas was, and it's strange because I'm a non-believer. I don't believe in God and all that. Although I'm not, at one point I was a militant atheist and I was a jerk about things, but now I'm more laid back and whatever. It doesn't, as I've said before on the channel, the God question is irrelevant to me. It doesn't really matter. Although I am reading Philosophy of Religion, which is fascinating. It has my mind turning a little bit. But anyway, and when I was younger, Christmas was just a magical thing for me. I love the biblical stories my mother would tell me. And of course, being a kid, you love getting presents. And, now I know it wasn't great for everybody, but for me it was awesome. I loved it. Then you get older. And as I got older, there's no Santa. There's nothing. You're still getting gifts and stuff or whatnot, and things are cool. But what I always loved was Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, we'd go over to my grandparents, and the whole family was there. Now, this is crazy because I'm not big on my family. I'm not really that big on most of them. But you know what? They are good people, and it was great that we all put our differences aside and whatnot and got together on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Now, I always enjoyed Christmas Eve because it felt kind of magical to me. It was kind of special, the anticipation of Christmas coming, and it felt, Christmas Eve was always more important to me than actually Christmas Day for some reason. I don't know, it just felt great. So as I got older, you go to your grandparents, and you get to hear stories, and as you're older, you get to hear more stories that you didn't get to hear when you were a kid. You're not into running around the house, causing trouble, and playing with Matchbox cars and all those things. You're more interested in the relationships or whatnot. And back in 20 years ago, on 2003, my grandfather passed away. And for me, this is where it gets kind of not depressing. It was at the time. I remember that. It was kind of like the holidays changed because soon after that was Thanksgiving, and that was the last Thanksgiving everybody got together in the old house, the family home, and celebrated Thanksgiving. And then things kind of drifted from there, and Christmas that year came, and it just wasn't the same, and it hadn't been the same. It's still not the same to me. It just kind of changed from that point on, and it's something I'll never get back, I don't think. But it makes me now appreciate what I had back then, and it's just sad because you don't realize at some point this is going to end. This is going to be the last time you can do this, or people get together or whatever. But it hit me, and for years now, for the last 20 years, it's just never felt the same with me with the holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, it doesn't hit right. The magic is like it faded away. And it's strange because I have a daughter, and she lights up with Christmas. She loves Christmas. I mean, if she could, she'd turn this house into Clark Griswold's house with the lights and everything like that. But I put the brakes on that. We don't do that. But, she loves it. She gets thrilled by it. She absolutely loves Christmas like I was. She's really very much, when you see your kids, this is one of the best parts about Christmas when you have kids, is you see their eyes light up and the magic for them and everything, and it's great. And she knows there's no Santa now. That was a trip telling her that. But it just hits different. It's like, okay, Christmas is here, Christmas is gone. It comes and goes very quick. As the older you get, time just flies by. And there's some years I just want it to go by, get it over with. Other years, like this year, I kind of enjoy it. And I usually typically take, as some of you guys know, in my last few years doing these videos in December, I tend to take that week off for Christmas anyway, to kind of enjoy the holiday, kind of relax, not get all pressured and stuff. I actually used to take it off a while back because you'd have to go shop. Back in those days, you'd have to go shopping and interact with people and stuff. So I would take that week off just to decompress, take my time getting things for people and stuff. But of course, none of that really matters, the gifts and everything. What mattered to me was the connections with the family. And you just think at that time, you're like, oh, that's always going to happen. It's always going to be there. Then one day, it's not there anymore. And then you kind of miss it. And now it's just like, it just feels different. And I can't explain it in words how it feels. It's not, at first it was like a numbness, but then it was just like, I don't know. It's weird now. Like it's kind of this, it's a happy moment. It's a fun moment with my daughter. And what remaining family I have, we get together and everything. It's great, but it just seems to be missing things. But the solace in all of this is that my daughter's happy, so that's all that matters in the end. But it just, I don't know, and it's strange because I actually love Christmas. I think I'm running out of propane for my heater here. But Cringle, not bad. It's kind of smooth. It's not, I know it's like 14 minutes into the video, so wondering what I think. It's pleasant. It's not bad. It's got what do we got in here? We'll put the old man glasses on. I know we got Virginia. Perique. We got Stove Catarini. I think that I don't know. It's smudged here on the thing. Decades old red Virginias, and I would have to say I smell or taste the red Virginias more than anything else. And get my Coke bottle reading glasses off, magnifiers there. I'm curious if any of you experienced that as well. Like, you've experienced the loss of your grandparents who used to go over there, or even your parents. You know, you'd go over to your parents, and then suddenly you can't do that anymore. They've passed on or whatnot, and now Christmas is just not the same. I imagine for my father, it's got to be that way too, and my aunts and uncles. So, I don't know. It just seems strange, as I've always mentioned on this channel with time. I'm fascinated by time, and I've always mentioned how where my daughter is, where I am, and where my father is, and how that chain goes. It's like, you know, my grandfather had his time, he's gone. Now my father's like next up. Then it's me. Then it's my daughter. Then it's whoever, and whatnot. So it's just crazy. It's amazing how time goes and whatnot. But so far this year, Christmas has been pretty good. I'll be starting to get into the swing of things. As you can see, I got the Christmas tree up in the Shed of Solitude. I got the BB rifle. The rifle's always up, the Red Ryder BB gun. I got my lantern lit. The fireplace is going. You know, I didn't light the leg lamps. I should have lit them. But not too bad. If you got Cringle Flake, I keep saying cake. I don't know why, but it's a flake, not a cake. It's pretty good. And I will say the art, the tin art, now this has been a point of contention with me, with St. Nicholas by Cornell and Deal. Now see, this is a short stubby pipe as well, but it comes off pretty well. It's long enough where on the other Cornell and Deal, and I'm not going to get up and get it, look it up, Google it, you'll find it. Their pipe it's just not, it's not good. That art, I don't like that art. Not good. This art, classy, not bad. The pipe, I feel like it's just, it's still not perfect. It should be a church warden. Santa should always have a church warden. And maybe I blame twas the night before Christmas, and you know, you see the picture of him with the big long church warden. Maybe I'm blaming tradition for this, but I don't think this it works for the tin art, but I don't know. They might have to. I'm gonna have to make a committee on this or something. Like the tin art needs to have church wardens only on Santa. That's just my thing. Let's see what Santa's bag has. No pipe at all. But Santa's looking very grumpy here. Like Santa's looking like. Someone was naughty. Maybe Krampus came by. I don't know. Santa's not looking happy here. He's looking very pissed off. Or maybe someone stole his bag, one of his bags here, because he's got a bunch of bags. Santa's sack. That's what this is. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying bag, but it's Santa's sack. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I will give a thumbs up on Cringle Flake. It's not bad. I probably won't get this. I mean, I probably still have the original 2021 tin in the house somewhere. I don't think I have it out here. It's probably in the house, and I haven't finished that. So this will probably be the last Cringle Flake tin for a decade, maybe. But it is good. It's not bad. I think you guys will like it. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.